Hello everyone, welcome back to this English language course. First of all, have a look at this board. Here I have written telephone, fax, mobiles, email, internet, etc. I'm sure that you all are very familiar with these things. These are the things which have made our life easier and comfortable. They are very useful in our day-to-day life. So, these are the means of communication. These are the forms of communication through which we can communicate to any person, anywhere, anytime, within seconds. At least one of these forms is used by us every day. Even the children of 9 or 10 years can easily send emails, use WhatsApp, internet, etc. without anyone's help. This is really a very good thing. But there is one more form of communication and it is letter. Letter is one of the forms of communication. What about it? For communicating through letter, we should know how to write a letter. Can you write a letter systematically and properly? Do you know the steps of letter writing? Many of us face problems while writing official letters. Why is it so? Because we are not used to write letter. We do not write letters frequently. Because there are several ways to communicate. No doubt, telephone is the easiest and fastest means of communication. It is the fastest form of communication. But a letter has its own advantages. Through it, you can express yourself. It is a record. Okay. Letter writing is a very common and important topic included in all grammar books. In exam also you are asked to write a letter. If you know the steps properly, you can write a letter. You can attempt that question easily and get full marks. Today's lecture will definitely help you to write a letter properly. So please watch the whole video. Pay attention and try to understand. Here I have written types of letters. There are two types of letters. Number 1, informal letter and formal letter. The letters which are written to close relatives, friends, parents, brothers, sisters, cousins, etc. are called informal letters. In such kind of letters, we can express ourselves. We can write many things. We can express ourselves here. And these letters are very friendly. Number 2, formal letters. Business letters, letters of application, letters to government officers, etc. are called the formal letters. This letter should be very clear. They should be to the point and more formal than friendly. Means such kind of letters should not be written in friendly language. We should not show friendliness in formal letters. Then we should use simple everyday language there. Don't make use of several kind of phrases. Don't confuse the reader. Let your language be very simple, everyday language. Then, no short forms. Do not use the short forms as can't, don't, like this. Okay? Write everything clearly. Whatever you have to say, you should say in a very simple language. Okay? So this is about informal and formal letters. Informal letters are friendly and formal letters are not so friendly. In informal letters, we can express ourselves. But in formal letters, it is not so. Formal letters should be very, very clear. They should be to the point. Whatever you have to tell, you should tell in a simple language, in short. Fine then. See the next point now. 5 points of forms to be attended to. There are 5 important parts of an informal letter. They are heading, salutation, the body of the letter, subscription, and signature. These are the 5 points which are common in both of the letters. With the help of these points, we can write informal as well as formal letter. No doubt, while writing a formal letter, we should make some changes in it. Okay, in writing, we need to make some changes. So let us study the parts one by one. The first part is heading. Okay, heading means sender's address. Sender's address means writer's address. Suppose I am a writer, then I should write my address there. Then where should be the address? The address should be on the top left hand side of the page. For example, this is a page. Okay, this is a page. So where should be my address then? I should write my address here. Where is the address written? It is written on the top left hand side of the page. Here I have written sender's address, that is SA. The second point, that is the second part, is salutation. Salutation means the courteous greeting. Means we write dear, my dear, respected, like this. And it is called salutation. The third part is the body of the letter. This is a very important part of a letter because here we express ourselves. In this part, we should tell the reason of writing a letter. Suppose you are writing a letter, then you need to tell the reason of writing a letter in this part. This part should be divided into paragraphs. In this part, you express yourselves. Okay, and that's why whenever you change the subject, you should make a new paragraph. Fine then. The next thing is that the letter should be written in direct and simple language. Don't make use of heavy words or phrases. Let your letter be very simple. Whatever you say should be clear to the reader. Then the next thing is write neatly. Writing should be neat. And first of all, decide what you have to write and then write. Okay? Then punctuation marks. Make proper use of punctuations. Means full stop, comma, colon, okay, semicolon, question mark, exclamatory mark, like this. Fine? So these are the things which come in the body of the letter. So this is a very important part. The fourth part is subscription. Subscription means what? Conclusion. Now we have to conclude a letter. How to conclude a letter? We have to say something there. Now we have to write sincerely, faithfully, truly, like this. Fine then. So this is called subscription. Then comes signature. The last part is signature. How should be the signature? We should write only our first name. Only name. If I am a writer, I should write Praful. Okay, here we should not make use of the words as Mr., Mrs., Miss. Don't use these words. Okay? Fine then. So, is this clear to you? These are the 5 very important parts of an informal letter. With the help of these points, we can write any type of letter. So don't forget these points, as these are very common in letter writing. Fine then. The next thing I would like to tell you is about salutation and subscription. Both of these things depend on the writer's relation with a person to whom the letter is written. Okay, so first I have written here very close relatives. Means if a letter is written to a very close relative, then the salutation should be dear or my dear. If a letter is written to a friend, in the same way, the salutation should be dear or my dear. Then the third point is acquaintances. Acquaintances means what? Persons, those who are slightly known. They are not very close. Means if a letter is written to such person, how should be the salutation? In such cases, we should not make use of my dear or dear like this. Instead of this, the last name of the person should be used. For example, dear Mr. Sharma, dear Mrs. Malhotra, like this. Fine then. Now let us see how should be the subscription. If a letter is written to a very close relative, the subscription should be like yours affectionately, yours lovingly, or you can also write as your affectionate son, your affectionate daughter, your loving uncle, your loving son, etc. If a letter is written to a friend, then the subscription should be yours ever, yours lovingly, etc. If it is written to a person who is not very close to you, means acquaintances, then the subscription should be yours faithfully, yours sincerely, like this. Here I would like to make one thing very clear to you, that while writing subscription, the first letter of it should always be capital. For example, yours affectionately. Why should be capital? Your loving son. Here also, why should be capital? In short, what? Let it be your or yours. Why should be capital? Fine then. The next thing is that while writing yours, Y-O-U-R-S. This is correct. But if you make use of apostrophe there in this word, then it will be wrong. Okay? So don't make use of apostrophe there. Fine then. So this is all about letter writing. I hope that whatever I taught today is clear to you. For better understanding, please go to the description box. You will definitely understand how to write a letter. Thank you.